I think we're good.
My bad, y'all. I hope y'all not watching it.
Last time that I checked, it was 5 chains on my neck. It was no smut on my rep. Last time that I checked, I was in the set. Make $250,000, no sweat. Last time that I checked, I'm the streets voice out west. Legendary self-made progress. Last time that I checked, first the money, the respect, and the power come next. Last time that I checked, I've been self-made from the dribble. I was been saying I'm a
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Wild Card Podcast. We missed y'all. I'm your man, Kendall. I'm here with my man, Khalil. And what can I say, man? It's Labor Day Classic Eve, bro.
And Kendall, guess who we are? The stadium!
Man, the look, the view. I wish we could flip the camera so y'all can see how beautiful the field looks right now.
It's gloomy outside. That's why. It's not the stadium.
Hey, it's the calm before the storm. It's a storm coming, baby. It's a storm coming. Come on, baby. I'm excited, y'all. I don't know about him, but I'm excited. We got a great game tomorrow against the Southern Jags. I mean,
but Kendall, to be honest, before that, we got a great game of events tomorrow.
Oh, bro. Yeah, tell the people what we got.
I can't think of the top of my head.
I was about to say.
I'm not gonna say nothing.
I'm gonna let them talk.
But no, we got some events. I'm sure where they walk at. Probably game started 5. Probably one of like 3, 2, something like that. So
yeah,
I'm sure I'm expecting a great environment. Unfortunately, it's been raining, so I'm hoping it doesn't deter away some fans. But I'm excited, bro. It's been a long time since we've seen some good football, some good Bama State football, and I'm just hoping that this year is different. The start of this year is different. I just want to win. It's been a lot of talk. A lot of storylines, a lot of different things going on, a lot of different narratives. Who's the quarterback here? Who's the quarterback there? Do we know what we're about to do?
How's the offensive line going to be?
And Kendall.
Y'all lost this person. Y'all lost that person. Yeah, it's been a lot.
What a better game to prove that God is wrong than against the defending SWAC West champions. Yeah. Tomorrow you could write a lot of answers, take things off your list if you beat this other team. Because they come in and play.
You're right. You are absolutely right, man. And I also feel like, we talking about narratives, we talking about all of this stuff already. Man, I'm really looking forward to seeing how this iteration of this team plays. Mm-hmm. We got some new weapons. We got some guys stepping up that were backups or that weren't as utilized last year. Mm-hmm. Man, I'm looking forward to it. One person we got to talk about is Juwan Howell. If you think about him, he's coming with it. Yeah. We had the Earth, Wind, and Fire last year with him, Santo Dunn, and
he got the short end of the stick.
Ja'Cory Merritt. Yeah. He got the short end of the stick. So now he's coming in and he's a starter. It's like he's ready. He's ready. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing how Juwan plays.
How many carries do you think he'll get tomorrow? Because Coach Robinson was talking like he about to give him 20, 30. Derrick Henry at Alabama last year.
Shoot, if we predicting stat lines too. Shoot. I give him.
I'm gonna say about 15.
I give him 20 carries, a buck 25 in the tutty.
Buck 25 is crazy.
I'm optimistic.
You optimistic about this offensive line? I'm saying we're better.
Yeah,
we're better.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing them play. Robert Alston, Keandre Slater. Like we got some, and we got a lot other guys that can contribute. And I also think that we're coming into it a little bit more healthy than we were last year. Mm-hmm. And I think that was an important thing a lot of people didn't. Okay, let me finish. Let me finish. A lot of people didn't know about, like, we had a lot of injuries last year. So I really do think that our offensive line is going to be a little bit better. I think that they're going to come with it. Yeah, we're deeper also. So I'm looking forward to seeing their progression. I think that they can, really do some things, and I think the running game is gonna be indicative of that. So I'm looking forward to that.
How many do you think we're gonna have a rotation of backs that we're gonna do? You think it's gonna be Juwan Howell and Jalen Sultan, who we'll get to a little bit later in the episode? Do you think it's gonna be just Juwan heavy, or it's gonna be a rotation?
I think it's gonna be. I don't know, man. I can see it being a Jawan centric game, but I also think it's going to depend on how we come out on offense.
Mm-hmm.
If we come out and we have some struggles on offense, which I mean it's kind of normal when you first go into your first game of the season. Yeah, your first game of the season, you're gonna have some stuff that don't go right. You're gonna have some pregame jitters, all of that type of stuff. So I think with me, I can see Jawan getting majority of the carries, being a very centric part, but I also can see the other players, Marcus Harris, Jalen Sultan, coming in and helping out with the run game as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the run game does. But also another place I'm looking at is the wide receiver core.
Mm-hmm.
We got some guys coming back, and we got some new guys as well. What's your thoughts about the offensive
the wide receiver
core?
I like what we have with Keyshawn Johnson. I think the difference between Keyshawn and Jawan and Jeremiah from last year, Keyshawn is a bigger body, and I would like to say he's more of a big time player. Like as far as big time playmaker, like I don't want to say playmaker like what's his name, Michael Irvin, but he's kind of built like him in a way.
Yeah.
When we're talking about Jeremiah's a little bit more skinny.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that he necessarily was the biggest deep ball catch, because we didn't really throw a lot of stuff up for him.
For sure.
But we saw with Keyshawn last year, every single game, he was one of the most consistent players game by game. And I even noticed him back in 2021 at the receiver position. And I think this could be a situation where Keyshawn, this is a great test for him going up against, I can't think of his name right now, but the guy from Southern who is one of the top safeties in the HBCU. But it's going to be a great test for him. And he's gonna get a lot of attention. He's drawing the number one DB now every game.
And I think that's gonna be the tell on it, to be honest. I think that's gonna be the tell as far as when you think about going from wide receiver 2 to wide receiver 1. How does that look? What's the progression? You want there to be a progression.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, is he gonna show that? Is he gonna be, the guy that we need him to be? Or is he gonna kind of rely more on his wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3, and so on and so forth? So yeah, I definitely think Keyshawn has an opportunity to do something special. I think he has the ability.
Leading swag in receiving yards?
I don't know if I would go that far yet, because I need to see his relationship with Dede. I need to see his relationship with the quarterback and
play calling matters too.
That too, definitely.
That's
because,
the biggest question.
Like you said, Jeremiah was one of those guys where you could pretty much give him any play, and he could make something out of it. Give you a yard or two off of a jailbreak screen, after calling it twice already, which we've done in the past.
Yeah.
So I think Keyshawn gives us a different look at wide receiver 1, and I feel like the other wide receivers in that core can really change the game as far as how does Keyshawn's looks, how is Keyshawn getting his looks.
Speaking of players, one thing I want to talk about now, Kendall, is players to watch.
For sure.
If you're fine with that?
Yep.
So players to watch, we got Kendall. Let's go through this list. Start us off.
So first things first, I talked about the wide receiver core.
We apologize about the I got to kind of take this out, but go ahead.
Will Sparks. That's somebody that I'm really looking forward to seeing. Because Will he's a transfer from UAB.
6'6" big body.
Yeah, exactly. So I really think that he can be somebody to really like stretch the offense for this team.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like he can be really utilized in the short yardage game, but also 3rd and 10 and stuff like that as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how we utilize him.
Expect some jump balls too. He's a big receiver.
Definitely. So I think that the way we utilize him is going to be very important and very key to our success on the offensive side of the ball for sure.
Talk about Stephon Young role. That's going to be a big. We know what he did last year defensively, being in that rotation behind Brandon Gaddy and all those guys last year. And the defensive line is one of the weaknesses of this team this year. Well, not weaknesses, but question marks in this team, being they lost so much last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping to see him step up into that role, being upperclassman, being a little more mature, being a great content creator, by the way. They got nothing to do on the field. But
Shout out to Steph.
Shout out to Steph.
He's been doing stuff.
My favorite running back on the team right now, Jalen Sultan. Jalen Sultan is the guy who's going to be. He's going to play a big role in this offense. He's going to play probably more of the Santo Dunn type role, the receiver out the backfield, the more shifty, nitty guy. And I expect to have a big game out of him tomorrow. But the big pickup, Kendall, out of Troy University, A.J. Lewis. Coach Robinson has been raving about him. And, last year, you always talk about how important the tight end position is. and you wanted to see us utilize that position more. Well, this is the opportunity for do. We have a deep. Jalen isn't the greatest pass catcher. We both know that, but he is a big body. He can be utilized in some type of way. Sure. I think this is probably the deepest tight end room we've ever had since you've been here and I've been here, and I expect to see him utilized.
I mean, yeah, I would love to see them get more passes, you know, whether it's short yardage or you know, running seams up the middle or something like that. I would love to see that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the offensive packages are for these players. And, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing Dede get in his bag. I mean, because, like, we had all of these different things about him not being healthy or him not being able to do this. He's coming in healthy this season, and he's coming in with a full summer of camp as well. So I'm really just kind of looking forward to seeing what is the evolution of our offense, because I think it's a lot of room to grow.
It is definitely it's I think that it's different. Like I always said last year, our first year head coach, a first time starting quarterback who hadn't played in 3-4 years since high school.
There's a lot of firsts.
Yeah, and we still have believe it or not, we still have a relatively young team in a lot of different positions. I think we have more depth and more experience on the back end of the defense with Bubba. You know, Adrian is young, but he's experienced. He's got that playing in big games type vibe.
Shout out to Adrian too. His birthday just passed.
Oh, you said his birthday. I thought you said something else.
His birthday just passed. Shout out to Adrian.
Marion, I think it's going to be a situation where our defense is going to have a lot of rotations. And just like last year, the deeper the rotation was last year, the better we look. Especially against what was that FAMU when Kale stepped on the scene. I expect to see our DBs. I think our DBs are going to have the toughest job tomorrow, but I also think that they are going to play the best game tomorrow.
I think the DBs, I mean, you already talked about it. You know, when you talk about the Kale Jacksons, the Chauncey Moores, the Adrian Maddox, and Mikey Victor. Like, let's not forget Mikey Victor.
He slept on this year.
For real. And when you talk about all four of those guys, they all played integral parts into what we were building last year. Going into this year, they have the experience. They played with each other long enough to the point where it's like, okay, now I'm more comfortable trusting this guy, whether it's a miscommunication in a coverage, whether it's a coverage breakdown, whatever it is. I really have trust in those four guys to pick up the slack or to just say, all right, if we get tested, we're a group, we can do this together. So I'm really looking forward to seeing our DBs play. I think that the DB room is a room that I think is full of ballers, and I feel like they're gonna show.
They played great last year. I'm just hoping that Demarius can stay in rotation. I think that he is going to be. He played, obviously he had moments last year, but for the most part, you need him on the field with Bubba because he's a great tackler and he's great at really just doing his job. And he's an underrated player on the defense, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you on that for sure.
So let's talk about something else. Score predictions. Is this too early for this, or you want to go to this?
I mean,
we might look up to this.
It's up to you, bro. It's up to you, bro.
Kendall, man, when we look over there tomorrow night, are we gonna see a Bama State by 50, a Bama State by 2, or a Bama State loss by X amount of points? I won't even put. I'm not gonna work for that. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be a tight game. I think especially once all of the the pregame jitters, the rust, and everything, or once that all goes away, I think pound for pound, I think we can give them a run for their money. Southern, I don't think anybody's looking at Southern and saying that they're a pushover because they're not.
It's not like they're better than us, I would say, because they played the SWAC championship last year.
I mean,
but it's not like FAMU.
I also think when you look at their team, I believe they had 9 all SWAC players this year, preseason all SWAC. So I mean, like they definitely have the experience. They're going to be a tough game. They're going to be a very tough game, and I think if we play up to our competition, if we play our best game in the way we know how we can play, I think it's going to be a close game. So score prediction wise, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go 21. I'm gonna go 21-18 us.
That's tough.
Both defenses are really tough. I think both defenses are going to give the offenses some trouble. So that's one of the things. That's one of the things that I'm thinking about when I think about this offense. y'all gonna have to show us something. Y'all gonna have to show us something quick.
Mhm.
Because if not, I think that Southern defense is gonna have their way with us. And
If they start creating turnovers.
yeah, exactly. If they start creating turnovers, it's gonna be a tough night. So I would say 21-18.
21-18.
Yeah.
I think that one thing that we both we didn't mention, we didn't say it directly, but a big thing for us right now is we have one big thing on our side. It's the first game.
Mhm.
They could be rusty and coming on the road, coming here, and we could be hyped because we're at home.
Mhm.
Or vice versa, both of us could be rusty and it just be a low scoring game. We're talking about 9-6 type stuff because neither offenses are just clicking on all cylinders. I'm going to say 17.
You gonna lower than me? Okay.
I'm realistic when it comes to first games.
Oh, now you are. Okay.
Relax. 17-12. I think we hold them to all field goals. I think we get down early, like 9-0, and then Didi.
I hope we don't drop like that. That was a little.
Okay, you were talking about dropping yesterday.
You want to stand up and do that?
No, for my defense.
Oh yeah, you need that. Okay. I was just making sure.
But I do think it's gonna be a low scoring affair because I just don't. I know it's a first, like you said, first game jitters, first time for a lot of stuff. But one thing that something that has on their side is great is Coach Dooley. He's been there. He's such a tenured coach in the SWAC, and his experience in these first games, prepping his team, prepping up players, new players, experienced players. It's going to play a factor in some form or fashion.
For sure.
But one thing about Southern, the time that I watched them last year, is they're beatable. We watched them against Jackson State. They make they beat themselves a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Similar to us. But ironically, both of us had the same record of 65 last year.
I mean, I think that it's going to be interesting. G, we appreciate that, man. We definitely do, because I know that's G.
Can't wait to see you tomorrow.
I know that's G. Oh yeah, man, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. We got some heavy hitters coming.
They coming to us.
Yeah, we got
coming to
heavy
us.
hitters coming tomorrow, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see the SWAC content creator family. I really am. I'm looking forward to seeing all y'all. We gonna be working, and
you might see me and Kendall in a hot sweat bed tomorrow.
Yeah. And if you see us like on the field and working, carrying cameras and all of that, hey,
we'll still say hey.
Yeah.
But it's we work.
But we definitely gonna link up. We definitely gonna have some conversations, and make sure that y'all stay tuned because we have some collaborations coming, and we are so excited. We're trying to go into a new direction with this podcast, so we're looking forward to the future. But as far as back to this game, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I'm going into it understanding that everything's not gonna go perfect, most likely. I don't think this is gonna be a Jackson State versus South Carolina State game by any means.
Not at home.
Yeah,
we do a really good job protecting home and not letting games get in. That's one thing that Coach Robinson has put a big emphasis on this year. As much as people talk about Swarm as one, he's been very heavy on it's our house, protect our house, protect our house, protect our house. This is our crib, and don't let nobody come in here. If we could just go undefeated at home, because we only lost 2 games home last year, FAMU and Alcorn. 3. Jesus Christ. But we did a really good job at protecting home and not letting games get ahead. If we can keep this game within striking distance, I think that Didi and our offense could put some type of drive together to close the deal.
I mean, I think it's gonna be a very telling game on both sides.
Are you judging Didi after this game? Like as far as if he struggles, are you pulling him from the game?
Here we go again. I miss these talks. I miss these talks with you. No, you don't overreact. It's the first game of the season. You never overreact like that. Yeah, we lost a lot actually. Yeah, they about to get up in the comments. We lost a lot.
Oh, I forgot about UAPB. Oh my God.
I was like, bro, we definitely lost 1 or 2 games. But yeah, so I not at all. I'm not overreacting to any of this. I'm looking forward to seeing us play really well. I'm looking forward to us improving, and we'll get into the comments in a second.
Hey, y'all,
we missed you. Hey,
my fault.
Hey, man.
Hey, my fault.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, man.
And make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe to the Cash App too.
I'm looking forward to see what happens. You ready to
Kendall-
get into some comments?
Yeah, or Bama State keys to winning. Or we kind of researched.
Yeah, we can go comments first.
Okay, go comments. All right, so start up here. Okay, how will Juwan averaging 1,000, putting up 1,000 yards a season? I don't see that behind this offensive line. We're improved. Would you say? Would you?
Yeah.
We're improved, but we're not Dallas Cowboys 1990s with Emmitt Smith running behind them. We're just better. We can hold up. We can hold up a block at this point. So long enough for somebody to get somewhere.
I think Juwan has a very unique skill set to him, and I feel like now that he's RB1, I think that he can utilize it a little bit more.
He's confident in his game.
Yeah, it can be more on display.
Mm-hmm.
He has a great story. If you guys don't know his story, and I really do think that he's going to be putting on for not just the team, not just for ASU, but also for his family, also for
his mother.
Yeah, his friend as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing Juwan succeed and excel, and I think he has the offensive line to do it. He has the mentality, and he also has the intangibles to do it. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how he plays.
Will Sparks has nice hands. We got to see a little bit of Will in the scrimmage. It wasn't enough to really judge him.
I mean, it's a scrimmage. Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't get here until like June, I want to say, as far as like officially from what we know.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if we necessarily have enough to know like what exactly. There's not enough film on him. He's a big receiver, but I'm sure he'll have some type of impact tomorrow or something.
I think he can definitely help us. I mean, like you said, out of the four different receiving groups that we have, he's the only new starter.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he kind of presents himself as an X factor, at least in my mind, which is why he was on my players to watch, where he could be a mismatch for certain people, for certain corners, especially.
If our offensive play calling utilizes creating that mismatch.
Yeah, and I think it is one game. It's the first game, so I don't think that you're going to see everything that we have in the bag. But I also think that if you give certain people the opportunity to shine, I think that they'll end up doing what they need to do.
Oh, we're good. Okay, we'll let it for a minute. But all right, people forget that Sultan was a former Ole Miss committee. He was. We're glad to have him here. He's made a big impact early, and he has expect to see him tomorrow for sure. He's definitely gonna get some playing time. He got a lot of reps in practice. Obviously, like we said, Juwan is the number one for sure, but expect to see Jalen Sultan come in and make some big plays, heavy yards off rip. Anything you guys say about that?
Nah, that's your man. So I'm gonna let you not talk about him.
If the Hornets can score, they can possibly change the trajectory of the East. I mean, it's every team, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think for years now, the biggest question about the Hornets has been our offense.
But is our defense as good as it used to be, though?
Do they necessarily need to be as good as they were if our offense is better? Because you think our defense was one of the reasons why our defense was so good was because they were picking up the slack from the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Like you knew defense. I've been on teams where it's been in this case where the offense is lacking in certain ways. And so as a defense, you have to bring your A game every game.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, then you're going to be in a position where you're not going to win very, very many games. So I think that's a good question. Is the defense going to be the same? You lost some key players. You lost Keenan Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
You lost Ershad Davis. You lost Brandon Gaddy.
Yeah,
you
talking about defense?
Yeah, you lost those 3 players and more. So going into it, I don't know if our defense is going to be as good just because of those guys and the way that they played. But I also think that our offense can be better. So I feel like it makes things a little bit easier.
Got to stop the run game from SU. They are deep at the running back position.
Very deep. Very deep.
Yeah, they got Gary Quarles Jr. from A&M. He's a big factor on their offense.
Yeah. Their running back room is going to be a problem.
It definitely is. I am excited to see how our defensive line sets us a challenge, being that we lost so much up front.
Mm-hmm.
With Natron Ogletree,
Brandon Gaddy.
I think it's Natron Ogletree for sure. But
Andrew.
Ogletree. I'm sorry, I'm thinking about Natron Culpepper
Yeah.
as our DB.
Yeah.
But even losing him, who's a starter in the season, in the secondary, I think that we are going to because we're not as big up front as we used to be.
Yeah.
It's a lot more guys that are built like Stephon, who are they're big, they're strong, but they're not. You don't have the what's Stephen they say the sweet potatoes up front to really hit somebody in the middle. So it's tough. 27-24. What do you think, Kendall? That's kind of high scoring for a first game. In the sweat.
I think it can happen. I mean, anything can happen in these games, to be honest. So, I think it can happen. I think it can happen. But, as long as we could, to be honest with you, as long as we come out with the dub, I really don't care what the score is. If I'm going to be honest.
If we can, us scoring 27 in an opening game against a SWAT team, that would be huge for us, considering that we struggled to score so much last year.
Yeah, because we definitely struggled putting the ball in the end zone a lot. So, yeah.
For sure. They are starting a new quarterback who we completely hustle. I mean, they depend on comfortable.
I think that's very true. I think in games like this, especially if it's raining. I don't know what the weather projection is supposed to be, but if it's raining during the game, yeah, for sure, the running game is definitely going to be a much more of a priority for both sides. So yeah, I can see that happening. And yeah, starting a new QB, you're coming into an environment that's not your own. That's a very hostile environment. I mean, it's a classic, so it's going to be a lot of people. It's going to be loud. So I definitely think that the running game is going to be an important part for both teams, because if your running game isn't right, it's going to be tough to win this game.
Well, that's where I brought the point of having Coach Dooley as a coach who's so experienced, having that calming, because, coaches who are tenured and have that kind of calming presence. I've been here before. I'm not going to put too much pressure on you. I'm going to give you a good play call sheet. We're on the road. Coach Dooley's came here and coached before against us in the same stadium. Granted, it was during the 2020 COVID season, if I'm not mistaken. But I think that's going to be something that's going to help them out as well.
Yeah.
Bama said about 40. I'm not getting that hype this week. I'm letting y'all know that now. I'm not getting out of character in the first week. It's game week, and Kendall knows I can't hear him right here. So
I've been telling y'all last season humbled him. I ain't believe me, but he's been humbled.
I'm hoping to see him. I think we will. From what we saw in the scrimmage game, there's not as much pushing the ball down the field and making him do things that aren't his strongest. I'm not gonna say he can't do it, but it's a lot more within his play style, hitting shorter routes, hitting guys with comeback routes, screens. Still not saying the swing passes.
He's also just more comfortable. And I think mentally that's a big thing as well. That you're not going into games necessarily, questioning, all right, am I healthy? Or questioning, certain things. Yeah, for sure. So I think that he's gonna be a lot more improved for sure.
I'm not going through his losses, y'all. I know I was wrong. I'm looking forward to it. This is probably, to be honest with y'all, this is probably the most excited I've been for a game. I guess because it's the first week of football. But since Jackson State last year, because do you remember the next Saturday after we played Jackson State, we played Mississippi Valley, and how dead the whole environment was? Like, I don't even think we had. We probably could have had maybe like 200 people in the stands.
You can hear a pin drop in that.
Man,
it was bad.
Tomorrow's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
I think I'm as excited for the environment as I am the game.
Yeah, me too.
I think that DD got to run too. You got to use DD's legs a little bit more. I don't know. I don't think we ever really called a lot of running plays for him. He was more running on scrambling on broken plays.
He was scrambling for the most part, but I think you run into a sticky situation when you over rely on that. Because what you don't want to do is you don't want to put him in a position where now he's putting himself in a position where he's taking unnecessary hits. That was something that I thought about last year a lot, because with a quarterback especially a quarterback that's mobile, those hits can add up, and those hits can start making you think, all right, I don't want to get hit like this no more.
He has put on weight though.
Yeah, he has. He's
good with about 10 pounds.
Yeah, he's coming in a lot stockier. He's coming in definitely looking like he can take some hits that he couldn't take last year.
He's more polished and he's like you said, it's more about confidence. 90% of anything you do in life, as far as career wise, is confidence.
For sure.
So especially when it comes to football, if you know you can do something, I'm going to be paying attention. Not even necessarily to his what he does on the field tomorrow, but the body language. Are you picking your teammates up after you make a bad play or something like that? Or when you're going on these droughts when you can't score, we can't put the ball in his zone. Are you over there trying to get everybody hyped? And I just want to see him be a leader.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think for me, yeah, it's a big part about, like you said, the other stuff, not even necessarily what happens on the field. And I think if Dede can show that, then I think that makes the game a lot easier.
For sure. Sparks I'm assuming this is Prattville. He has nice hands. Huh?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, I don't know your phone here, so I don't know.
I'm assuming it's Prattville because he went to UAB. It's inner city. So.
Oh yeah, and apparently he's not gonna play tomorrow.
He's not?
No, he's not.
Then why do we ever want to keep him playing ski? You just thought about that?
Yeah, like I just remembered. Yeah, he's not.
Why isn't he playing? Eligibility? Injury?
I don't know, bro.
How'd you find out?
Why'd you ask me these questions like this? Like, you pressing me a little too much. All right, relax. Calm down.
Bro, because you said...
All right, bro. Calm yourself down a little bit.
Because...
All right, bro. I ain't asking you to raise your voice at me like that.
No. For real.
Wait a minute.
For real. Dang, that kind of changed. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
We gonna see him this year, bro. Relax.
Bro, it's just, I want to... This is a SWAT game. It's not like... This ain't a situation where we start the season with Miles or Howard. This game is it's important for week 1.
I know that.
Bro,
that don't mean that you need to raise your voice at me.
Come on, bro.
All right, we good now. You good?
Come on, bro.
You straight?
We good.
Okay, keep going. On to the next comment.
All right, defense and QB play. Is that what we're talking about for impact? That's gonna be important things. More decision making. Come on, bro. Let it go, bro.
I'm letting it go. I'm wondering why you asking like that. Is that talking about impact? Yes, it's talking about impact.
Okay, bro. Don't pull a Skip and Shannon on me, bro.
I ain't finna. We ain't gonna go Skip and Shannon.
Put your glasses back on. Don't do that. You put your glasses back on.
Oh,
more decision making. Yeah, I guess you're talking about Dede for sure. His decision making, it's all about play calling, I would say. Having, like I said before, having a full season of play and now having a full off season, spring to summer to fall camp, he's going to be better just based off that. Mm-hmm. So I expect to see him look a lot. I expect to improve Dede. I'm not going to say stats, but I expect to improve Demetrius Davis. What are your thoughts on the new kicker and punter for this season? Can he slip accurate? I haven't really seen much of him, personally.
I saw him kicking a little bit.
After practice?
Well, before the scrimmage, but I also saw him after practice today, or after their walkthrough today. And I like him so far. I mean, obviously, we need to see them in the game, but I like him so far. I think anytime you're talking about a kicker or a punter, a lot of it's mental. Mm-hmm. We need to see how they handle pressure because, especially in our case, last year when we didn't have the most accurate kickers and punters, it hurt us. Like when we didn't have the best kicks or we didn't have the best punts, that's field position. Those are points that you're leaving on the board. So I think right now, the way that I've seen them, especially after practice too, I saw them a little bit after practice as well. Putting in that extra work, I think is really going to pay off. So I'm optimistic at the moment. We'll see tomorrow. We'll see, the season, but I'm optimistic so far.
Only thing I can say is that we look improved, like we're holding up longer. I don't necessarily know about specifics of it though. Hey, Kale, say, hey, Bree.
Bree Easy. What's up, Shorty?
Cold world. What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up?
Missed y'all. Missed the fans for real.
Hey, Mom.
Definitely did. Mama.
That special teams protection.
Yeah, we definitely had some trouble. We had some trouble blocking for. That's another thing about special teams. I want to see better like rotations because we both talked about it last year, especially. You got guys running this way, that way. Nobody know what side they're on, whatever. It takes away from stuff like that, like you said, protection. So that's definitely something that I want to see. I want to see them be better with that because I wasn't really impressed. I wasn't really happy with how they played last year, as far as getting to their spots and doing what they needed to do in that regard. So I definitely want to see them a little bit better this year for sure.
What freshman? I'm not sure about any freshmen starting on defense. I don't think that we have any starting.
I don't think that we have any starters.
I don't know if we have any rotation, to be honest with you, unless it's in DB. But you usually don't see freshmen start on, especially not up front. I mean, Adrian's not a freshman. No, it's not a freshman.
You keep going.
Yeah, y'all. We don't really offensively. I think we have Jalen, like I said, Jalen Solson offensively running back. Do we have any old line starting? What's freshman? We shouldn't be really good on the starting spot.
But you don't want to start.
You're right, but no, I don't think you don't expect to see too many freshmen tomorrow. Don't expect to see too many freshmen outside of Jalen Solson. Do you expect to see any potentially?
I mean, if you would have asked me this question last year, I wouldn't have had an answer for you, or at least I wouldn't have said the biggest one that ended up becoming a star player on this team, which was Adrian Maddox. So I feel like for me, I don't have any right now, but that could change tomorrow. That could change next game. That could change, very quickly. So yeah,
Exactly.
If we have players like Adrian or freshmen like Adrian was last year that can come in and feel confident about it, I definitely think that they'll be good. And yeah, like the Mr. Caver said, the wide receiver core, yeah, they'll have some.
Oh, we haven't got that comment yet.
I know.
Okay.
We're on the topic.
Hey, Rara. I was not supposed to say hey, so that's why I said.
You didn't give me an opportunity. You just
because you were looking at the comment section.
I was trying to figure out who that was.
Hey, T. I need y'all to. We're gonna try. If it's raining,
we're gonna be work. Oh, the tailgate. Anybody that's tailgating.
If you know,
y'all tomorrow.
If y'all got some food.
Hey, we're gonna be taking pictures too. We're gonna be taking pictures and videos.
If y'all got some food.
So please make sure.
If y'all got some
ready.
food.
Y'all in y'all best attire.
If
y'all got some food on the grill.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, we gonna be there.
You beat around the bush.
Trust, we gonna be there. Nah, I'm just telling the people, bro. I said food first.
Look, if y'all have any hot dogs,
no.
you have any? I promise y'all, I had a hot dog yesterday for the first time in 10, 15 years. Y'all, it was the best hot dog I've ever had in my life. So therefore, if y'all have any hot dogs, any sausages on the grill, or something like that, I would really, really appreciate it. Really, I just want a hot dog with some ketchup, bro. That's it. All right,
bro. He had two of them.
Yeah, I ate both of them.
We was at the soccer game. He had two of them before he even got to the other side of the soccer field.
Oh God! All right, back to the comments. So bro. All right. So true. Special teams must be. That's something that Coach Roberts has put a big emphasis on this year. Special teams, you said in the recruiting. But I mean, it's a situation where we gotta see what happens, bro. I mean, you won't know how good the special teams is until you get it in the pressure moment. Because making an extra point early in the game don't really mean nothing. Go ahead, bro. What you looking at me for?
I was still thinking about you being the Glizzy Gladiator.
Come on.
I know what did you want me to say?
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Special teams gotta be better. Absolutely, I agree. On to the next one.
What's up, Mr. Gavin? What's up, Mr. Gavin?
Oh.
All right. Yeah, I forgot about my guy Jalen Jones. I'm not necessarily sure if they're going to be playing like heavy minutes. I'm not minutes. I'm like basketball. Heavy reps because it is the first game. But if they can go out and prove themselves early in the game, then you're gonna start seeing them as the season progresses.
Didn't you make a video about it?
I did. Talk about tailgate, man. I'm telling you. Got you. We got you. I'm gonna take.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. We'll definitely take you up on that offer. We will see you tomorrow.
Tower. What's good, guys? Showing y'all some Tiger love. Is it Jackson State, Texas Southern, or what else we got? Is that it? Let's just Tuskegee was Golden Tigers, whatever.
In times like this, I'd rather let you say something because I don't know.
Okay.
I'd rather.
Oh, okay. My bad, Mr. Cole. Sorry. We could tell. We could tell.
I don't know why you said we. You don't want to say.
Oh, you
hey,
knew it was?
What's up? No, I didn't. But you said, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, because I didn't know who was at first.
Talking to him like she a stranger. Sir, I promise you, sir, your that's your grandpa, right?
Yes.
Your grandson did not give me an opportunity to even respond to you. He moved on so quick. But hello, sir. How are you? Wait a minute. Whoa. Sir, I did not mean any disrespect. I apologize.
I hope we get home cooking tomorrow.
I need
referees.
some.
You know what I mean? The referees got the food, right?
What?
You know what I mean? The referees got the food, right?
Oh, no, I ain't know that. I'm talking about food, man. I don't know that. What the fuck are
We're
you
talking about the referees.
Oh.
Referees giving us favorable calls. I think.
I'm hungry, so I ain't eat all this. I don't even know why you did that. Like you messed up and clicked on it.
DJSU. Oh, okay. Hey, JSU.
I ain't saying that, bro. You got it.
What do you mean?
I was thinking that because it said DTIS Hardy, but I mean it is what it is.
It wasn't. You know, Jackson State used to use D like. But we might be locked in the stadium.
I just want y'all to know we are risking our
All right. We might get locked in the stadium.
Yeah, if we get locked in the stadium, then hey, we might just have a what they call it, a lockout or a lock-in.
I ain't gonna be here. You was talking about we. I ain't gonna be here. Oh, never mind. That gate's still open. Wait.
For now.
What, are they driving in? Oh, we good. It's gonna be dark out there though. We're sorry, y'all. We're in the stadium currently doing this show. Because neither. Never mind, I'm not putting that piece. We're just in the stadium right now doing the show. So we're in the press box. If y'all happen to know any police officers, if we get locked in here, or if you want to come and lock the gate for us, or whatever alternative y'all got, we would really, really appreciate it. We are risking our good sleep. What else?
Bro, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
You just rambling. This ain't got nothing to do with the game.
We got okay, Kendall. What are the Bama State keys to winning tomorrow? I'll just pop my knee.
Bama State's keys to winning are first things first, establish a running game. Get Juwan Howell, Jalen Sultan, Marcus Harris, get all three of them in the game. Establish some dominance on the run game. Challenge that big front that Southern has. Second, defense. You know, establish that dominance on the other side of the ball in the trenches as well. I also think getting the DBs involved very early on is important. So, you know, mix up the different coverages. Yes. Can you let me finish?
Go ahead.
Mix up your different coverages. You know, we got some guys that can come down in the box as well. So, you know, I want to see some big blitz packages as well. And the last one that I have is discipline. Coming out, being disciplined, not shooting yourself in the foot. I don't want to see a lot of turnovers or a lot of penalties tomorrow.
If early in the game tomorrow I see somebody kick the ball in the stands, I know what the type of season we're gonna have. Because like Demarius did on home. They when that homecoming, we up in the game. He kicked the ball up in the stands. That had to be Coach Robinson's. Well, I ain't gonna say that's his craziest team because he has a lot more years here coming. But that was like the bad boy Hornets, like the bad boy Pistons, the bad boy Hornets, bad boys. Get your merch.
You need to start trademarking stuff.
This isn't my hat though. This is by the school.
I know I was talking about the.
Thank you, Dr. Cable.
You got it, bro. What's yours? what's your key?
Like you said, establishing the run early. Juwan, Jalen, and not trying to do too much. I feel like sometimes we can get into the habit of, like Didi especially, trying to do too much. If the play is dead, just let the play die. It's too early in the game to be trying to force passes or force runs. It's a long. If you get down early in the game, don't be trying to get it all back at once. Chip away, chip away, chip away. Work the ball on the field. And for defense, stopping the run. I have all the confidence in our secondary. I think we have some great cover corners, some great cover DBs. Especially, I think that Chauncey is one of the most underrated players within the conference, in my opinion. I don't know how much pressure we're going to be able to generate from the line without blitzing, but I would like to see how our pass rush is.
We're missing somebody very important in this discussion too.
Bubba,
Defensive Player of the Year, bro. Bubba Adams, yes.
Yeah, I mean he's the key for sure, but he's one man.
What's your point? He's the leader of the defense.
He's the leader of the defense, but one man can't take over. I mean, he could, but
We've seen him do it before.
defense don't win championships. Offense does.
You ever heard of the 2000 Baltimore?
This ain't the 2000s.
I'm just asking.
It's Bama State. We don't have Ray Lewis on defense.
We got Bubba Adams.
We don't have Ray Lewis on defense.
We got Bubba Adams.
We don't have Shannon Sharp.
As y'all can see, I'm buying heavily into the Bubba Adams stock. Yes.
So do you think defense wins championships?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Tom Brady won a ring when they beat the Rams off of defense, right?
Kendall. This is a new generation.
Hey, defense wins championships. Let us know who wins championships. Actually, please let us know. Defense or offense? Because I think defense.
Kendall.
In football, who wins championships? Defense or offense?
If you can't score, you can stop everybody as long as you want to, but if you can't put up points.
So if we go the whole game 0-0 and we get a field goal at the end of the game, who win the game? We do, right? Okay, thank you. All right, y'all can let us know who wins championships.
But if our defense doesn't come through and we just letting them score us over and over and over, and the offense ain't doing nothing.
You just asked me who wins championships, defense or offense.
Kendall.
If the defense is defending, then they're not scoring. That's the whole point of being defense.
Anywho.
Okay, thank you.
I just don't agree with you.
Let me know what y'all think. If y'all agree with me, then let me know. If y'all agree with him, please.
I don't agree.
Solos, I think we'll hit double digits. I got a cool 10. Cool 10 to 12.
What's the most you ever had in the game? Do you know?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you said north of 12 or like north of 15 before.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he is. I remember him having more than 15 goals.
Like, comment, subscribe, donate to the Cash App. Bubba has.
You're not gonna have no prediction?
Oh.
You didn't even predict it.
10 and maybe a forced fumble. That's risky, but
I think he's gonna get a lot of action. Like I said, especially if it's raining. I think Southern is gonna try to get the run game started. So I think he's gonna get a lot of action. Yeah, for sure.
He has set tone for defense. We know, yeah. Bubba is the hardest holding team right now, and I think we're gonna find out tomorrow. If this, like I said, this is the perfect game for us to really. This is the great measuring stick game. I would say.
I agree with that.
Perfect one for us. You said Dave Richard defense.
As it should.
Bubba is important. Baltimore Ravens won with defense and a mediocre offense. I guess they agree with you too.
Thank you.
Who will have more rushing yards between SU and Memphis?
That's a tough question.
It is. Because I feel like they have a deeper running back room than us.
With more proven guys, maybe.
Yeah. I'm going to say, because if we say we lead in rushing yards, that means our passing is off.
That's not necessarily what it means. It just means our running game is good. We're running with it, yeah. No pun intended.
I think we'll have the most rushing attempts.
So you don't think it's going to translate into us having the most rushing yards?
I'm not sure. Also depends on who goes down early and about how much.
Mm-hmm. It's okay to stay Southern? Sheesh.
This is our first time, unless you watch them.
This is my first time seeing them in person.
This is my first time seeing them in person. I've seen them on TV.
Yeah.
And the last time I saw Southern, they didn't leave a great impression on my mouth based off how the Jackson State game went.
Mm-hmm.
Neither one of us, to be fair.
I also think, and Coach Dooley said this, I want to say last week, maybe something like that. That wide receiver was a position that he was really like trying to improve, really trying to improve the production. So if Southern is trying to tailor their offense a little bit more to their wide receiver core, then I could see us. But I don't know. It really I don't know how balanced the offense is going to be. If I see how balanced the offense is going to be, then I feel like that.
What's our identity going to be?
Yeah,
that's the biggest thing we need to learn about this football team tomorrow. If we can come out this game tomorrow knowing what to expect week to week, because if we come out early in the game, because last year there was a lot of times we bumping the ball in the field, and that's just not our game. It's not our play style. And then every game we just running, and it wasn't a non-game thing.
Yeah, I mean, if we're basing it off of last year, then yeah, Southern. I think Southern will have it, just because I feel like they're more established. They have more established guys. Plus, that's part of their offense that I think they're more comfortable in, at least right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would say Southern.
This is a big week, big swag matchup for week one. Just like it's definitely a big matchup because these are two teams that could very easily both be contenders and very easily win the swag. Not gonna say easily, but could compete for the swag championship. I think we were predicted what, third or fourth in the swag East this year. If I'm not mistaken. And we know, unfortunately, we're in a very, very tough division with FAMU and Jackson State. And I will be watching the game come Sunday, Jackson State and FAMU.
For sure.
But this year in the SWAC is one of the years where it's a toss-up. Anybody can win.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a big matchup also because it's, like you said, cross division. I think it's a measuring stick for both teams, to be honest. Because I think it serves us like, all right, can we compete against
contenders? Yeah,
contenders. And then, with Southern, how good is Southern going to be? So I feel like it's a great test for both teams. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing it.
Hopefully our offense can be balanced. It all depends on how we start the game off.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all have better defense. We probably have we may have bigger names, but I'm not sure that equates to being a better team. Better defense overall.
I've always had I've always had a good amount of faith in our defense, especially in the years that I've been watching them.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely think that our defense is still going to be the backbone of this team. And I think that they'll be able to show that. I think that they will show that.
Mm-hmm.
You have guys, like I said before, who didn't get as much playing time as they got or as they probably wanted, that are going into roles now where they have the opportunity. And I think that they're going to prove that, and I think that they're going to show that a lot more. So I'm looking forward to seeing these guys play. I think the key for us is going to be, what does our front seven look like? Because that's what I'm really kind of looking forward to.
I would sure hate that.
Why?
I'm just not a fan of overtime.
I would love that personally. I like the way overtime games feel. I haven't seen that many overtime games in this stadium, so I'm really looking forward to that. I would love that, actually. I would definitely love
because that. If we're going overtime with them, that means no, I ain't gonna lie, never mind. All the overtime I seen do is Miles, I think, and that was disappointing. Yeah,
that's what I was saying. That's the only one that I can remember us going into. So
looks like that's all the comments we have for right now. I took about 30 seconds before you.
Yeah, we gotta get to sleep. We got a very, very long day tomorrow.
I kind of want to look at go switch a little bit, but I'm not
trying to get warmed up again tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I gotta play.
Yeah,
I can see that.
There's a lot of people predicting a close game. Like I think that's like the third or fourth person that's predicted like within 5-6 points. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be a really close game.
Can you tell us what happened, by chance? If it's worthy of saying on this podcast.
That's one dude that I'm definitely excited to see play though.
Call him Tyler Hero. Don't say what I think you're about to say.
I'm not gonna say that.
We started school 3 weeks ago too, so we're
Yeah, it's been a lot going on, y'all. Definitely been a lot going on. So we're
trying to get as much content to y'all as possible. We're gonna get better.
Yeah, we gotta shake back. But we're happy that y'all still thinking about us and keeping us,
Keep us in your prayers, y'all. This
Yeah.
is senior year. One of the things that I'm sorry, my mouth is falling
Oh,
down.
I thought you was gonna cry.
No,
I was gonna say, whoa.
I'm just cold in here. And my
Oh,
nose
right.
is stuffy.
But yeah, we definitely appreciate the love. We appreciate everything that y'all give us for sure.
First game, Jares. That's all I got to say about that. First game. It's a Power 5 school. Not Power 5, but a big name school. All right, y'all. We'll get up out of here, get some rest. We'll see y'all tomorrow. We will have probably a combined episode with Swag and the Fool. Maybe the Golden Boot coming sometime next week as a post-game recap. And if you see us at the game tomorrow, say hey. If you want to give us some food, say hey. If you want to donate to our Cash App at Wildcard2K, do that. Appreciate y'all. See you tomorrow. Be safe. Happy football season.
Thank y'all. Peace and love. Labor Day Classic time. Let's get it.